Yo, check. The Mad Collector here, back for part 7 of my hip-hop vinyl collection. So, we got plenty of dope stuff to go through. We got everything from old school to new school. We even got an instrumental album up in here, so it's gonna be a little bit of a mixed bag, which is nice. So we're gonna start off here with the first album of today, and that is Dead Serious by Das EFX. Fucking awesome record. Came out in the early 90s. You know, Das EFX, duo consisting of Crazy Drazy and Scoop, aka Bucks. They were part of the Hit Squad, you know what I'm saying? Part of EPMD's crew, along with the likes of Redman and all these guys. And yeah, Dead Serious by Das EFX. This was actually a reissue done by Smoke On Records. It was released on opaque blue vinyl. It's kind of like a baby blue colored vinyl. They had a few variants for this. You know what I'm saying? For me, when I ordered this, it was said to be like a random colored vinyl, and I ended up getting the blue one. As you can see, it's number 175 250. Yeah, very happy to have this album on vinyl. Very happy to have this copy. You know what I'm saying? This reissue, because prior to this album was not reissued until this one came out. And a lot of people were critical of the cover art, like the drawn cover art. For me, it was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a very well done drawn cover art. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't look too different from the original anyways. So I was totally rocking with it. And it also had 2 bonus tracks on here. Just Amend, the Pete Rock remix, and Hard Like a Criminal. Really awesome release, man. Love this. This is some good stuff. Then after that, the album was reissued on Music on Vinyl, and since then, Music on Vinyl put out some more Das EFX reissues. We got here the Music on Vinyl reissue of Straight Up Suicide. This is fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Much darker from compared to the first album. You know what I'm saying? Much darker in terms of the sound. They even kind of ditched that whole iggity biggity rhyming that they were doing with the first record, because the first record, it had a lot of that iggity biggity miggity diggity type of rhyming, sprinkled in with some jingle references, cartoon references and all that. But with Straight Up Suicide, they were completely ditching that stuff, man, and were going for more of that traditional rapping style, which was still really dope. Love the track 1, 2 in here, man. That's probably my favorite track on here. The only disappointing thing about this release is the fact that it doesn't have the Primo remix of Caught in the Act. If you never heard it, go on YouTube, listen to the Primo remix of Caught in the Act. Easily one of the best Primo remixes ever. It's definitely my top 5 somewhere. Love that fucking remix, but it's not on here, unfortunately. As for the vinyl, we got an printed insert with some thank yous and credits and stuff. That's that. Then we got the vinyl itself, which is like a bronze marbled colored vinyl. It doesn't show on camera, but it's a really nice marbling effect to it. And yeah, this is a very well done release right here, man. Love it. Love it. And I have to say, man, the label that reissued this album, killer. Absolute killer. Because Music on Vinyl, they do not only do hip-hop releases, they have done plenty of releases, from soundtracks to rock albums and what have you. And they always put out some of the highest quality releases on the vinyl market. You know what I mean? And this is another phenomenal pressing by them. And yeah, man, limited to 1,000 copies as well. So beautiful album, beautiful records, love it. And then we also got Hold It Down. If you have the other two, you gotta have this one as well. So Das EFX, Hold It Down. This was like a second reissue on vinyl. I know prior to this reissue, there was another one that had like a really, really awful cover art, man. Like a terribly drawn cover art. If you're interested in knowing how it looks like, just go on Discogs. You will find it. It will strike you right away because that cover art looked terrible, yo. But because of that, I was glad that Music on Vinyl gave it the reissue that it deserved. Once again, bro, this release is just beautiful. The quality on this, like the matte cover, is nice. Then we got the vinyl itself. It's on a turquoise marbled vinyl. Once again, the camera does not pick it up like the marbling effect, but it's there. And then we got an insert as well with you know, the thank yous and all that stuff. A nice little print on the other side. And yeah, dope release, man. And yeah, I cannot say enough good things about the quality on this. You know what I'm saying? This thing has a nice haptic quality to it, man. It feels nice in your hands. The records are heavy as shit, man. This is a hefty release that has some weight to it. Just wonderfully done, man. Wonderfully done. And what I also love about Music on Vinyl is that, at least back in the days, I don't know how they do today with their releases, but back in the days they always put out colored versions first, and then after that they also put out black vinyl versions. So this is an amazing release that absolutely deserves to be in every good 90s hip-hop collection. Then we got classic De La Soul, man. De La Soul, one of my favorite groups of all time, always will be one of my favorite groups of all time. For over 20 years, maybe even 25 years, they have been in constant rotation for me. Love their work, still do to this day. You know, Maceo, Pause the News, True Goy, aka Dave, rest in peace. This album is an absolute masterpiece. A must have in any hip hop collection. And yeah, this pressing right here is a Vinyl Me Please pressing. It also came with this useless Obi strip, which I decided to not put in anymore, man, because it was a pain in the ass to get it back in, because, you know, Vinyl Me Please, they ship their releases in these Japanese outer sleeves, and it's a pain in the ass to get that Obi strip in. Yeah, as far as the release itself, I love the cover on this one. The cover is really beautiful. Has like a glossy finish to it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's part glossy, part matte, which is really dope. And then, yeah, man, this is the backside, just matte finish, but looks absolutely stunning if you hold it in your hand. Really nice quality on this. Then we got a little insert. Then on top of that, we got some printed inner sleeves. This one's saying 3 feet high and rising, and then we got some illustration on the back, and got some more printed inner sleeve with the track listing and the credits. And then the vinyl itself is a beautiful clear and splatter vinyl. So yeah, man, this release is wonderful, man. Beautifully put together. Like I said, it's definitely one of my favorite vinyl pressings in my entire collection, and one that was definitely worth the money, worth the price that I paid for it. Yeah, absolutely stellar release. And yeah, man, unfortunately, I think I may have mentioned it before, man. Vinyl Me Please, bro. Their downfall was just sad, man. Really sad, bro. Because, man, they had a good thing going, bro, and they ruined it completely. Oh, man, but still, wonderful to have, man. Wonderful release to have in the collection. So, yeah, next up we got De La Soul is Dead. Of course, classic, another 10 out of 10. Like it says here, sophomore masterpiece. It definitely is. I love that album to death. To me, another one that is just essential in any hip-hop collection. You don't even have to be a hip-hop head to appreciate this album. This is even for a non-hip-hop head. This is a must-have. I think so. You know, with tracks like Oodles of O's, a roller skating jam named Saturdays, fucking Ring Ring Ring, of course, you know, Millie Pulled the Pistol on Santa. I mean, this album from front to back is just incredible, yo. Beautiful album. And this is where they ditched that whole hippie aesthetic, you know what I'm saying? Because they said they were not hippies, but they were marketed as the hippies of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? And that whole album cover, you know what I'm saying, the album title were, you know, were their message of saying that they were not hippies. And, yeah, really cool stuff, man. Love this release as well. This is a reissue from a few years back. And, yeah, love the printed inner sleeves on that one. Just a really good release right here, man. Love it. And I'm so glad that I finally got my hands on it, because this album was out of print for a long time. Very hard to find. Very hard to find. But then eventually this album got the reissue by the time De La Soul got their rights back to their albums. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Buhloone Mind State by De La. And this one also fucking beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? This album was not as well received when it first came out. Probably because it was not as psychedelic as the previous two records, man. But still, for me, this is a classic right here, man. Another great album. Unfortunately, also the last album produced by Prince Paul. So Prince Paul produced this one, and then after that it was a wrap, you know what I'm saying? But this album still classic from front to back, with tracks like Break of Dawn, Ego Trippin'. Love this album right here, man. And this was a 2018 reissue, you know what I'm saying, which has, shortly after I bought it, you know, it gained quite the value, you know what I'm saying? But it has since lost its value since the album was reissued again in 2023, I think, on vinyl. So, yeah, but I was not going to plan on selling this pressing anyways. So, you know, I was going to keep it in my collection. Because I just love De La, you know what I mean? The only thing I don't like about this pressing, you know what I'm saying, which is a problem that also the 2023 reissue has, is that it's missing, you know, like 4 or 5 tracks from the full album. So this is a condensed version to fit on one record. So it's not the full album, unfortunately, but I don't think any pressing that on vinyl that this album has ever received was actually the full album. It was always just a shortened or condensed version of the album. Next up, we got Stakes is High by De La. It's also the last record of theirs that I have on vinyl. But also fantastic. And actually, all of their other albums, you know, that they released after this were also fantastic. They're phenomenal, you know what I'm saying? Even, you know, stuff like the AOI albums, which are probably the the worst rated of their discography, I believe. Even those are still worth picking up because De La Soul, you know, they always reinvented themselves. They always gave us something new and unique to work with, you know what I'm saying? And this album right here also killer, man. Yeah, for the most part, like I said, it was self-produced, but they also had some other producers working on here, like Jay Dilla, who produced the title track for this, Stakes is High, with the amazing Ahmad Jamal sample. And as for the pressing itself, it's a pretty standard pressing. There's nothing crazy about it. Vinyl is also just black, which actually fits with the darkness of the record. It fits with the cover art, with the music. So really, really nice stuff, man. Very glad to have a copy of that album. And yeah, love these dudes, man. Shout outs to De La. Rest in peace to Dave, aka Trugoy, the Dove. Then we got Deltron 3030, which was a collab album done by Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Dan the Automator, and Kid Koala, I believe. Or I don't know, maybe it was just Del and Dan. But anyways, Deltron 3030. This is a concept record that came out in the year 2000, you know what I'm saying? And this is obviously a record about the future. You know what I'm saying? It takes place in the year 3030. And this album was very, very forward-thinking. One of the craziest records to come out in the 2000s for me. This is just an absolutely phenomenal record. You know, well done in terms of the beats, well done in terms of the concept and how it was executed. Just a phenomenal record all around. And yeah, for me, beautiful, beautiful release, definitely. And the vinyl itself, it's a Newbury Comics exclusive on a twist colored vinyl. This was once again shitty to import, you know what I'm saying, because from the USA to Germany, had to pay import fees for that one, which was shitty, but I just wanted that album. I wanted to have it on colored vinyl, so yeah. Sometimes these are the prices that you pay if you don't want just a black vinyl, but it is what it is, man. Happy to have it. Great release, great album, classic record for sure. Okay, so next up we got an underground record. This is not really current as it came out quite a while back, but it was released sometime in the last 10 years. This is Devaloop and Ryler Smith with Eternal Dreams. I think Devaloop is from Switzerland and Ryler Smith is from Switzerland. I know that because he's my boy. He's my guy. We've been working together on a few tracks. Love this dude, man. Really cool cat, man. Supremely talented, you know what I'm saying? Does boom bap, does 808 music, you know what I'm saying? Trap shit. Very, very talented MC. And, you know, Devaloop, he was doing like boom bap beats. That's what he's doing. And this shit is really crazy, man. Released on the German label Crack Pack right here, which is Figup Bratzlewicz's label. If you're not familiar with Figup, go and listen to him, man. He's got some of the illest beats in Germany. And yeah, man, this shit is really dope, man. Just dope boom bap production with Ryler Smith spitting his game on top of it. Just incredible, man. Love that album to death. You know, and shout out to my boy Ryler Smith, yo. He's definitely one of my favorite people in the world, man. Just such a really nice guy and easy to talk to. Then we got a classic, 1993, bro, Digable Planets with Reachin, a new refutation of time and space. This album right here, man, This is just a beautiful jazz rap album. Man, if you have never heard this one, gotta go and listen to it, man. This is just phenomenal stuff right here, bro. 1993 is the year on this. Obviously, this is a reissue. But this is an incredibly done reissue. One of the best that I've ever seen. Because this one comes with not just a booklet, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, liner notes and all that stuff, man. Fantastic. But it also comes with printed inner sleeves. You know what I mean? Printed inner sleeves with the track listing, and then inside the inner sleeves you got the record inside the inner sleeve, and the record itself. This is beautiful, yo. Look at this. Just a beautiful purple and blue haze vinyl. This release was phenomenal, yo. And yeah, I was so glad that I copped a copy of that album, yo. This pressing in particular was just insane, man. One of my favorite releases in my entire collection. Very glad to have it. Oh man, it's so tough to get it in there. But yeah, man, this shit is incredible, man. Fucking incredible, yo. Beautiful limited edition release. I think they have put out a few more limited edition releases of this album after. But I'm never getting rid of this, man. This, just one moment. I'm never getting rid of this because, you know, the way this thing was put together, yo, it's just insane, man. You know what I mean? And this was released back in 2018. So we're speaking of a time where, you know, people did not really put a lot of care or extra special things into their releases, but they did here. And man, this is also one of my favorite releases in my entire collection, man. This thing is beautiful front to back. Then yeah, we got some mellow music representation here, man. This is Diamond District with In the Ruff. So Diamond District is a group that consists of Odyssey, YU, and XO. And this album is also killer, man. I especially love Odyssey, man. Odyssey, to me, is an MC / producer that is just, once again, supremely talented, extraordinarily talented. A guy who's been producing for years and years and years and has been putting out like quality music forever. And this album, you know, was just insane, man. Such a phenomenal record, bro. Music on here was crazy, man. I love the song Off the Late Night on this album. It's probably my favorite track on here. Yeah, man, this album knocks, bro. It's just the beats, the rhymes, everything about this release was just killer, yo. In the Ruff, such a phenomenal record, man. You gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to Odyssey, man. That dude is a force, man. You know, his solo output, whether it is his instrumental albums or his vocal albums, insane, man. Insane. Outstanding discography that Odyssey has. And this is a must-have for anyone who's into 2010s underground hip-hop. And since I got In the Ruff, of course, I had to get March on Washington as well. Another one that I really love, man. Once again, it's just Odyssey, XO, YU, just creating magic with this album right here, man. And this one also has a plethora of amazing songs, man. My favorite track on here, Say What You Mean. that beat, man, that beat is incredible. Also, bonus flow. Tough. Yo, that album is so sick, man. And also, the vinyl pressing. The vinyl pressing on this is also gorgeous, man. Look at this. It's a beautiful tricolor vinyl. Really, really nice. Really nice. And so, yeah, man, this shit is slamming, bro. Slamming. Love this album right here, man. March on Washington by Diamond District. I wonder if they ever put out another album, man. I would love to see a third Diamond District record, man. That would be sick, man. Because those first two joints, tough. Really amazing material, man. March on Washington. Check out Diamond District. You'll not regret it. I guarantee you that. Alright, then we got two more records. So the next one is an instrumental album, one that I absolutely adore, man. This is Dibia with Bonus Levels. Dibia is a producer that I wasn't too familiar with. I got into him by the time I heard his Ras Fresco album that he produced called Secret Wars or something. I'm not really sure, man, but it was a Ras Fresco album that he produced, and when I heard that shit, I really got heavy into his music. And when I heard that album on YouTube, Bonus Levels, I was like, yo, I need to grab this on vinyl, man, because nowadays I'm not like really crazy about instrumental albums on vinyl especially, but if they have something unique to deliver like this one does, then I'm all in for it, because this is an album, as you can see, you know, it's all about just Dibia sampling NES soundtracks, you know what I'm saying, or sampling, you know, just retro video game soundtracks and giving them that, as you can see, that signature J Dilla inspired swing tone to it, you know what I'm saying, that special J Dilla touch, man. Is just incredible, man. From top to bottom, this thing is just such a colorful thing to listen to, you know what I'm saying. This is just supremely unique, man, and cannot recommend this album enough, man. This is just awesome as hell, man. If you've never heard it, yeah, we got a little insert. I think this album was also, yeah, I think dedicated to his mom, I believe, or to his grandmother. I'm not really sure, man. And yeah, and the record itself, the vinyl, is of course splatter vinyl with the colors matching. As you can see, the NES control, the SNES controller buttons. Really, really awesome stuff, man. And yeah, man, this is just too dope, man. Too dope. If you love just lo-fi instrumentals, you know what I'm saying, but you want to hear lo-fi instrumentals with a video game twist, this is where it's at, man. This is where it's at, man. This shit is just too good, man. Actually, after I'm done finishing this video up, I'm gonna listen to this one again, man, because this shit is so nice, man. Bonus Levels by Dibia. And then, lastly for today, we got Dilated Peoples with The Platform. This was a Get On Down reissue. As you can see, Get On Down right here. This yeah, was a reissue on colored vinyl. They put out a few of these reissues back in 2020, and yeah, when I saw this, grabbed it immediately. I thought it was too good to pass up, so yeah, picked it up. And the kicker here with this one is that it's a release on colored vinyl. So it also comes with this obi strip, just like the Big Pun record that I showed. It has this little obi strip right here, but the vinyl itself looks like this. It's just normal cover with a gatefold, and then the records. Just one moment. The records themselves are red colored vinyl, beautiful shade of red colored vinyl, by the way. It looks like a cherry red colored vinyl. And oh man, it's hard to navigate with the tripod in front of me. Really hard. Yeah, so if you wonder why I'm taking the records always away like this, you know, it's because when I want to take out the records out of the cover, it makes it a lot easier. But anyways, here's the second disc on white colored vinyl. And yeah, man. Yeah, bro, this is another really dope release put together by Get On Down. Great shop, great label, you know, put out these really fantastic releases. And yeah, man, you cannot go wrong with them. And also the release itself is just wonderful, man. Album, incredible, one of the best West Coast boom bap records that you can find. You know, West Coast right here, man. So really, really awesome shit, man. Shout outs to Evidence, Raka, and DJ Babu. And yeah, that was it, man. That was my hip hop vinyl